Okay, here we go. Hello, world. So, we got a game now between Theodosios and Para, and I'm not totally sure. I've seen Para written as Neria or Neria, but I'm pretty sure it's just Paradox, who we'll all recognize as a streamer on COH2.org, and he's like top 100 high Neria. Okay, well, we'll find out. And yeah. So this is obviously a 1v1 on Kalangorskaya USF versus Wehrmacht, and I'm gonna guess that that's gonna mean we're gonna see mechanized assault again, and Theodosios trying to rush out some Stug E's because that's really good against USF. And it could be very hard to win with Wehrmacht against USF. And yes, thank you, Calm Ash, for thank you for offering to play as Wehrmacht against my my lame noob ass next time we play, so that I can have an easy win. Yep. And hello, anybody else out in chat world. I saw that Romeo was hosting this channel, so peace to Romeo. He's been playing Grey Goo pretty much non-stop since that game came out, like 18 hours a day. I am amazed at his endurance. I get like exhausted after playing 3 auto match games in a row. Yeah, so now we still haven't gotten quite the 3-minute mark where things actually begin to occur in a typical Company of Heroes game. Oh shit, I didn't turn on my microphone, did I? No! Oh good, I did turn on my microphone. Haha. Very good. Okay. Put the right screen in focus. There we go. Yes! It is good to be back to casting. I'm on a little bit of a vacation right now, so and soon I have to move to a new place, which could potentially mean no casting for a little while, as I'll be super busy doing that. But I keep trying to ring up Kilrathi Soldier and others. There's one person who I was talking to the other day, and we might do a cast soon. Is someone who I've been trying to get on this channel for a long time, and now the time zone situation is much more favorable, so that we could see that soon. So if you subscribe to the channel, you'll know about it as soon as it happens. So I'll just say that. Yeah. So Theodosios, 3 Grens plus an MG, and nothing unusual yet for Para. Just like, is he going directly for Captain? He doesn't quite have enough fuel yet to get himself a Lieutenant. But we'll probably see Lieutenant, Tech, and then M20 rushing around all over the place. It's a great map for that. And, whoa, crazy setup from the machine gun. I wonder if that was on attack move and just set up in some weird position. Oh, if this rifle squad goes down, it's going to be a huge one for Theodosios. So, Theodosios trying to make a quick cutoff move, but, oh man, these Pioneers took a ton of damage, and he could actually even lose them here as they retreat. But, importantly for Theodosios, he hasn't lost his cutoff, and he's held onto his munitions through this entire match. And that is going to be extremely important, as it'll let him get MG42s on all of his Grenadiers. Let's switch over to him. He's not teched up at all. And I'm wondering if he's going to go for like a no-tech build. We do have a Lieutenant building. And let's see if Para is able to take this. I'm surprised Theodosios isn't just running a little too late, running in to put his foot in the capping circle and prevent that from going down. Casting ending. No, casting is not ending. But it might be like a couple of weeks at the start. There might not be many casts during March, January, February, March. I certainly hope there will be. I really enjoy casting, and there should be some patches soon, which would be really nice. I hope there will be patches soon. I actually think 1v1's in a pretty good state, but yeah, watching team games can be pretty meh. Oh, I'll put this out there. A couple of people have been sending in 3v3 and 4v4 replays. I don't really have any interest in casting those, so there are other casters who do cast 3v3s and 4v4s. I I don't really plan on doing any of those anytime soon. I have enough difficulty, like, not losing all of my guys during the games that I'm playing. Well, let's not talk about how shit I am. So no commander would pick yet from either player. What do we have? So joint operations could be quite good, actually. I really like doing joint operations on this map. And mobile defense is also great. So this is like Theodosios's dedicated, in case I come up against USF commander selection choice. Oh, damn, M20 is doing so much damage. All these squads are such low health that no healing yet either. I don't think Theodosios is going to be able to get his cutoff back under his control. With no tier 2 up, he doesn't have a pack. This is a really bad situation to be in as Wehrmacht. It's going to be even worse if he loses this victory point. The drain will, he'll just start draining victory points so quickly that it'll be difficult for him to hold out in any capacity. So Theodosios really cannot afford even to fire up Panzerfaust. He needs his munitions for upgrades and for healing in his base. These squads are so badly damaged that they are quickly getting cut down by the riflemen. Oh my god, he's probably gonna... wow, that's really, really ballsy of Para to try to take that machine gun. He loses a rifle squad in the process, but I imagine this is going to get set up pretty close to the cutoff. And somehow, Theodosios has managed to get his cutoff back under his control. Looks like he'll probably get the fuel as well. That's quite miraculous, I have to say, to get that back under those circumstances. So I saw ComAsh in the chat earlier, and so he's a strategist at COH2.org, and so is Theodosios. So there you go. You can judge his worthiness for that position from watching this game. Although actually, I want to point out, a couple days ago, Kilrathi Soldier and I cast a really, really good 2v2. Theodosios was one of the players, and if you haven't watched that, you should go check it out after this. Or you can go watch it right now. This is going to be up on YouTube later, so you know, you won't be missing anything. Oh, a bunch of dudes die on that squad. So, oh, the bleed is so hard on Theodosios. I keep looking down at his army, or down at his resources bar, and expect to see like crazy manpower flow, just because his army is tiny. He's only purchased 5 units. He had the machine gun, which he lost, but these low health grenadiers, expensive to reinforce, and without any healing, they're dying very, very quickly. He does have enough munitions to put up the bunker in his base, but I mean, it's not like he can really afford the loss of map presence that keeping his units in the base will cause. So 222 is out. A bit on the late side, past 8 minutes, but it's upgrading to its auto cannon, sitting out behind, out of the line of sight. And I wonder if Para knows that it's here. Oh, that was a nice rifle grenade. And if he pursues, he could kill. Wow, he could kill this M20 and also get this retreating rifle squad. In fact, I think he should just dive and go for the rifle squad. Looks like that's what he's gonna do. Oh, this squad's getting pushed around, so they're failing to fire their bazooka. They might still be able to kill the. They may end up killing this 222 just with small arms fire. That's amazing. I keep trying to get that thing out of there. And we see a Panzerfaust going off. It's a damaged engine on the utility car, and they end up going down a small arms fire, and it does. Ooh. And that's a pretty big loss, but I think it's one that Para can afford, and I bet he's getting his major as I speak. He's not getting his major. He already has his major. He's got his major, and he's got almost enough to get himself a Sherman already. He can get himself a Scott, which would just be absolutely brutal against what he's facing. But, Scott could even be vulnerable to some fancy 222 micro. And COH2's got its little .1 HP left. Getting fixed up back at home. And 6 CPs in. I'm a little curious what Theodosios is going to go. How many CPs is it for the Puma? Okay, so 6 CPs, but he doesn't have nearly enough fuel to be able to call that in. That could be quite useful. Although it's not going to perform that well against a, Sherman versus Puma. With the both sides of their vehicle snares, it's a pretty delicate matchup. Really micro intensive, and pretty intense. Oh, and that is what he picked. I wondered if he was going to go for joint operations instead. Joint operations can be quite good as a comeback doctrine. I mean, the howitzer is not nearly as good as it used to be. Nice rifle grenade. Oh, goes in on the machine gun. Wow, one shot, full health. Oh, is Para going to try to recruit this with his lieutenant? No, he lost too many guys and has to retreat. And Theodosios is able to take back his cutoff once again. There's a squad of riflemen to try to stop him. But he could move his 222 up a little bit and give a little bit of fire support to these grenadiers. Para, so he's getting himself a Sherman right now, and I'd really like to see, well, he could go infantry company and get himself some Brownings, or he could go get some bars onto his riflemen, or even grenades. But I think that actually a squad of paratroopers would be really useful, and just light machine gun on them. Wow, Theodosios has managed to just spring right back and reconstitute his army. Okay, so we do have interesting choice. The Pathfinders. Para. I really don't know why he got these Pathfinders. Maybe he just wants the extended line of sight from them, or hell, he might even put down a Pathfinder beacon. What's that even called? Yeah, just a beacon. They use that for forward reinforcement for some Pathfinders. Now Pathfinders, airborne, paratroopers. God damn it, I always get those wrong. Kilrathi soldier, where are you to save me from my new naming mistakes? Major heads on back to base. And Pack gets a shot on the Sherman, and it's forced back a little bit. It's really kind of amazing how quickly vehicle crews gain vet. I mean, that Sherman, came on, fired like 2 shots, and its squad, or its vehicle crew is already up to vet 2, which is what gives them the critical repair ability. Super glue or duct tape or whatever it is people like to call it. Theodosios, 7 CPs in the bank, and I figure he's probably going to hold out to get himself a Puma at this point. Take 2 minutes with the terrible map control that he's got, and I'd say a fuel cache would be nice, but he really doesn't have enough spare manpower to do that. This 222 is not in quite as much danger as it is against conscript Ra and the cheap and easy to access AT grenades. But once these riflemen, now they're at vet 1, they have their own rifle grenades, which are pretty much just as good against a 222. And but so still limiting the amount of usefulness that the 222 has. Ooh, taking a bunch of damage, and still just overwhelming map dominance from Para. A quick look at the tactical map, see what's happening. Don't really know what these Pathfinders are doing. It's around the fog of war. They're not really providing a whole lot of useful LOS, which they would if they were over, say, cover over here. And they're also not on hold fire, so they just immediately start shooting once these grenadiers walk up. Yeah, still, does Para or does Theodosios even have healing? He doesn't. So actually, I'm going to rescind what I said about the Pathfinders being not so great. Against low health squads, Pathfinders can be kind of insane. Which makes me think once again that he could actually get bars just with them and make them more dangerous. But I don't know if it's the that crit that they can get may apply just to these 2 scope spring rifles that they carry. That is probably close. I don't know. Hopefully someone can Oh boy, this Sherman's gotten in way too deep, and I don't see it getting out of here. The Puma chases after it. The Deadpool short may finish off the... Oh! Wow, world's luckiest 222. Paratroopers have gotten themselves 5 kills, and they're still, you know, in a good spot to deal with these Grenadiers. They forced off 2 squads and held that position for a couple of minutes by themselves. They're extremely expensive to reinforce, however, and take quite a long time. Para's getting himself another Sherman. I mean, that's pretty much what he needs, but losing that other Sherman is pretty bad. And now, it's once again giving Theodosios a way back into this match. Still, like I've said in other casts, this is a map where, because it's so easy to hold on to one of your own VPs, even when you're very, very badly pushed off the map, that Theodosios really hasn't lost all that many VPs. He's only down to 324, while his opponents, yeah, has hardly lost any. I'm actually surprised his opponent isn't at 500 VPs. I didn't even realize there was a point in the match when Theodosios had the VP advantage. Light machine guns starting to roll in, but Theodosios is hurting pretty badly for munitions. His opponent, meanwhile, is crazy munitions. I would love to see some paratroopers with light machine guns or bars, any kind of infantry upgrade, just to spend some of those. Obviously, one of the more useful abilities of this commander. Okay, good, that is upgrading. One of the more useful abilities of the airborne commander is the P-47 strikes, and I'm sure we're going to see some of them later on in this game. Really curious to see. Really curious. Be really curious to see if the 222 is able to shoot down some of those planes. The soldier and I were kind of wondering aloud during our last cast, and that too. Yeah, I mean, you know, just keeps getting more and more accuracy, so it's totally possible for the 222 to shoot down airplanes. Pop. Yeah, I don't really have much to say right now. Let's have a look over Para's base.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
That's nice. He used the ambulance healing ability before these squads arrived in the base. So rather than wait for that to the cooldown to end, he just gets the paramedics out and has them go over directly. It should be automatically going over and healing up a lieutenant, but not. One neat little trick I learned from one of Romeo's casts was that you put down a piece of barbed wire in front of the retreat points at the USF base. Oh! Sure, deep trouble. You put down a piece of barbed wire in front of the USF base, and sometimes it stops the retreating bug that USF can suffer from. Nice play again for Theodosios, and here comes a P-47 strike. These vehicles need to get the hell out of here. It's a bit too late to escape the first pass. Just keep the reticle on here. Do you have any vehicles yet? No. We'll see if it gets any as these planes take their next pass. Theodosios is going to want to get that Puma back fixed up as quickly as he possibly can. Oh! Crap, he's still inside the line of sight, lock-on range of those planes, apparently. But yeah, I don't want the Sherman to push up. Oh, bit of lag. Don't want the Sherman to push up and finish off any of these wounded vehicles. Pack is, I don't really want to take my eye off the 222 in case it shoots down one of these planes. Pack is somewhere around. Pack. Got 2 pack in the middle. So it together with a couple of Grenadier Panzerfaust should be able to repulse an attack from the Shermans. Man, he's in really bad shape right now. multiple direction flank coming in from Para. I mean, by definition, a flank is from multiple directions. We do have bars from him, so that's very nice to see. Although, it's only we got these 2 squads of riflemen. So I don't know, maybe he can put bars onto the rear echelon squad. I think I may have heard a plane crash, but I don't see anything that would have. The only thing that would have shot one down is the 222, and it doesn't have any vehicle kills or any more kills. Fuel cache went down on Para's cutoff, so that'll help him just continue the Sherman spam, which it's a great way to keep up the pressure on your opponent. So I approve wholeheartedly of that. Major gets a vet 3 while charging up into enemy lines, but he could get killed here on retreat. Down to 1 man. I'm stretching, so I'm not actually touching my mouse. And there he goes. Wow. Theodosios has really been tenacious in holding onto the map. He's got enough to call himself on another Puma. I'd rather expect that's what he'll do. I don't really figure he'll get a command panther or a command tank. Just watched another game where there were 2 command panthers, so still have that thought dancing around in my head. Maybe the command tank's good against. The command tank is quite good against infantry, and well, it does have the stun rounds once it gets up to vet. Once it gets up to vet 1. Do these guys have bars? No, they don't. Grenadiers chased off, and Para should easily be able to take back the center of the map, though there is the machine gun setting up and some more Grenadiers, but if these riflemen continue around the right, they'll be up the flank. Sherman pokes his head up and tries to contribute a bit, but takes a hit from the pack and needs to back away. It's packed nearly up to vet 3. Really nice to see the vet on that thing being preserved. At vet 3 it can cloak, which is not the most useful ability, but still pretty cool. Uh-oh, damaged engine on the Sherman. Puma as well is around to contribute to the fight. The pack has rotated to try to catch it as it comes around the corner. Sherman really probably should have just fired some smoke around the hey, why not just have another vehicle? Oh my god, that's so loud. My ears are like ringing with the sound of this plane flying overhead. Ooh, Sherman takes another hit. Pack gets up to vet 3. What 3 do? Okay. There we go. That's what I like to see. Sherman smoke. Such a cool looking ability, and well, quite useful as well. You can shoot. You can shoot one of these planes down. Yeah, I'm not watching the action. Come on, hit one. All right, get it. Yes. All right, good job, 222. There's the proof. 222s can shoot down airplanes. They're just not really very good at it, apparently. Maybe it'll get this one also. So, yeah. Sherman's getting fixed up, and Para nearly has enough to get himself a 3rd Sherman, which would be really hard for Theodosios to deal with. Though he's got enough to call in 1 and almost 2 more Pumas. How much pop cap are there? Only 8 pop caps, so he can afford to do that and still keep expanding his army in other ways. Let's see if he's been teching at all. He's not been teching anymore, and I mean, I don't really see a whole lot of reason for him to tech. Tier 3 is not that great when you've got this commander. The command tank and the Pumas both kind of fill the roles that you want, that you would want out of Tier 3, and for Tier 4, Panther's usually a bit overkill against USF, particularly with the prohibitive costs of teching and reinforcing before you have to actually, drop all that fuel. And then, I mean, Panzerwerfer would not be useful if the army he's facing, and a Brumbear, why bother with a Brumbear when you can just get a command tank? Sherman's pushing up, and they're gonna roll away all of the gains that Theodosios has made over the last few minutes. Nice push by Para. Roll everything back, and I think Para could benefit quite a bit from some indirect fire. Scott would be very useful. This is a great map for using Scots also. You can just sort of leave them behind one of the buildings or behind the hedgerow that runs down the center of the map and let it auto-fire on all the units. Ooh, this could be a dead Sherman. Puma comes up, but Puma isn't even necessary. The packets are extremely long-range hit. That's the power of Bet 3. And he should get that thing back on home for it, before it loses its crew and thus its vet. Lieutenant's real danger going down. It's gonna be amazing sound effects of that fire. Whoa! Please save the 222. This 222 has been heroic throughout this match. And a new Sherman is in production from Para. I do like the aggression that he's had. Cruz is a player who gets really, really aggressive playing USF and will just trade Shermans for other units, and maybe not as effective against Austria as it is against OKW, but it's that kind of really just psychotic aggression that makes that benefits the US a lot. But still taking damage, is it? I can't see the targeting, but oh, clearly inside the range. I'm surprised he didn't back that away even more. He's doing it now. Okay, he is teching all the way up to tier 4. Theodosios pretty good fuel info. I'm not really sure what he's gonna get out of there. Hey, maybe he just wants that. Maybe he wants a Panther. It'll be a while before he can afford one. Looks like he's. Is he building tier 4 in his base? I thought I just saw a bunch of fuel get spent. He does need to do something to change up the pace of this game. Para's just been dominant and slowly ticking him out. Theodosios has been he hasn't been able to, I don't think he's been onto this side of the road at all this entire game. Almost all of the fighting has been between these points over here and the fuel on the right. And granted, you can win like that on this map. It's it's certainly nice to be able to have enough pushing power to harass your opponent's victory point and territories. As you see, Para. Okay, so he doesn't have quite as many resources as he used to have. Use that. Used so many munitions-heavy abilities recently. He has gotten himself some paratroopers. They're upgrading with the light machine gun. Quite good to see that. But, just complimenting his infantry. And I still think Scott would not be a bad choice. Although if the Panther does end up rolling out his opponent, he's going to not be happy about that. As he is a little light in serious anti-tank department. Oh, so few kills in this 222. Does do a bit of damage. Oh, these paratroopers are going to get vet quite quickly, and they're just ripping these grenadiers to bits. This rifle squad could go down, but no, the grenadiers retreat. And once again, Theodosios is pushed all the way back to his cutoff. He does control 2 other territories. Oh, his machine gun is destroyed. And a bit dangerous for these Shermans to get too close for the 2 packs and the Puma. Theodosios has tier 4 up. Can't quite afford that. Whoa! That Panther, he's got 50 fuel off from it and a lot of manpower. Yep, one Sherman goes down just to be replaced by another. So, I mean, I guess when your resource advantage is this overwhelming, you don't really need unit preservation.
Capture point is being overrun.
Though it certainly is nice to get the vet up on those tanks. You see that Theodosios has been doing a good job of that. All of his squads are quite heavily vetted. Apart from this one pack that did get cleared, but he still has the vet 3 pack. And the Grenadiers are all very strong. Oh, vet 3 machine gun. That's like the vet 3 MG42 is like the old broken MG42s and how quickly it suppresses. Oh, Grenadiers, a bit of inattention right there, and they get forced to retreat if they're coming in right on top of that lieutenant. They don't take too many casualties and are able to get on back to base. 222, as long as it keeps a bit of distance between itself and the lieutenant, is fairly effective against that. It's such a thin-skinned unit that even it has difficulty facing the small arms fire. Sherman is trying to push up. Theodosios has got his units arrayed pretty well to hold back his opponent, but flanking rifle and Pathfinder squad probably chase this machine gun away. Machine gun's not packing up to retreat. Theodosios is taking the fuel on the right, which will give him enough fuel, should he be able to hold on to his cutoff and the fuel point, to get that Panther before too long. Yeah, despite Para's overwhelming performance, Theodosios is hanging on with the skin of his teeth, and the VPs really haven't drained that low because Para hasn't been able to hold on to the VP outside of Theodosios' base for any length of time. Without that triple cap, the VP does not really drain all that fast. I'm trying to think if there's a harder map to get a triple cap on than this one. Nothing is really coming to mind. What are your opinions, people in the chat? I'm not going to alt-tab out because too much stuff's actually happening, but, you know. Oh. Paratroopers getting tore up. They retreat after taking 4 casualties. And, well, I would say providing some free vet to Theodosios' units, but that's totally not true. Theodosios less than a minute away from being able to afford a Panther, and oh, wait a minute, he's getting a Broom Bear. That'll be fun to see. The Broom Bear, I saw a game of Cruises where he was using Broom Bears against the U.S. He was using a Pac 43 as his primary anti-tank, but the I don't know how well the Broom Bear does against German tank or against U.S. tanks. I mean, he's gonna mainly want it just for fighting the infantry, but it might actually have enough penetration to penetrate the Shermans. I suppose we'll find out in a couple of seconds. But man, I'm happy seeing a Broom Bear. I like anything that rolls around and makes a big boom. So I'm sorry we don't see Storm Tigers more often anymore. Complexity is fun to watch just because he will frequently get Storm Tigers just for the hell of it. Ooh, rifle grenade could do a bunch of damage, killed a whole bunch of paratroopers, but yeah, they're forced to retreat. 3 Shermans now facing off against. This is a really interesting and unusual army composition. God, that skin's so OP. Really unusual army composition from Theodosios. The packs would do a great job against these Shermans, and I guess just relying on the Broom Bear to damage. Shermans would charge balls deep against all of this. They'll probably be able to clear out this Vet 3 pack. If they do, that's a shame. There's actually a bit of friendly fire on the retreat Vet 3 machine gun. And Puma's just going to back away and try to kite everything from within the base. These Shermans are getting way too deep. Para doesn't have enough to fire off another anti-tank spray. Shermans aren't sure what they want to shoot at. Looks like they're targeting the tier 4 for some reason. They missed their opportunity to kill well, to kill anything. And I think the Puma's actually going to finish him. All the Panthers are dead. I don't know why Para just did that.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
What? What was up with that suicide charge? I totally don't get that. Wow, Para, I don't know, man. Maybe he had to go answer the door or something, but he had his opponent. Why would you suicide charge like that when you have your opponent triple cap? I mean, you just need to get himself a Jackson, and everything would have been fine. All right, so that was that game. That was fun to see, and yep. So I guess the strategy for playing from this position is just get a Brum Bear and make your opponent go insane. So, all right, I'm gonna cut to some music for a minute, and yep, that was that game.